Hello everyone, it's your boy Rainbow and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing Bloxburg response to the new update, but before we begin make sure to like and subscribe. Now Bloxburg has issued a statement pookies. Now I understand many of you are teenagers or under the age of 12, so it really bothers me that Bloxburg uses big words like longevity and stuff like that. How do you expect your younger audience to understand? Anyway, I know half of you have the attention span of a goldfish, so I decided to explain what Bloxburg said. Half of you probably already said I ain't reading all that, so pookies, I will try my best to explain. Basically, Bloxburg started off by saying, "We heard y'all. We thank y'all for the feedback as well as the Bloxburg creators, but let's clarify what we literally said in the hotfix update." So they each discuss parts of the update. Job updates. They basically said that jobs pay you on efficiency, aka based on how fast you complete tasks at your job. The more you work, the higher you get paid. You also get paid based on your overall job experience level. The higher your job experience level, the more you get paid. Basically, the reason they added equal pay was because most of their audience was new players who were joining the game, so they wanted them to earn more money. On top of that, they wanted to improve the economy by boosting the original low-paying jobs through this update. Some people have said, why not raise the pay for the lower-paying jobs then? And they said no. Then they talked about the marketplace and said that it would go public for everyone to post their builds, but that they're having issues. Right now it's in a testing phase for creators. Then they talked about the fainting update. They said the reason they added fainting was to make the game more realistic and because the mood system was not used as often. They say the same thing as the hotfix, which is that backpack items can improve your moods. Moods don't go down when you go in build mode. Excellent Employee and the Marvelous Moods gamepass still do what they already do, which is slow moods from going down and you get higher earnings. With Marvelous Moods you get a 10-minute warning and more time to increase your moods than a player without the game pass. Towing fee will still continue and your vehicle won't get towed unless you park somewhere. They said they will add something to highlight the nearest parking spot when you get towed or drive at a lower speed. Bloxburg will release a video soon. By the time I am making this video, they haven't released one yet. If you want me to talk about it, I will make a video reacting to it. Y'all, they literally just repeated what was said on the hotfix. Now, before discussing my opinions, I want to say that the hate comments spread to the developers, including trying to guillotine BramP, is not okay. BramP doesn't even want to come back to social media due to the death threats he received. I understand people can like and dislike whatever they want, but spreading hate was too much. I personally liked the trolling going on with the protests, like what Creecraft and Ashley did. It was fun. That was funny. But sending hate is not. Some people need to chill and remember that these are real people behind a screen. Also, I learned about the Bloxburg Bans due to a money glitch. They failed to address that in their statement. I wish they did that. I hope the Bloxburg appeals do work and people can get their accounts back. If you got your account banned, please try to appeal or go on Twitter to explain to the devs your situation. Now, here are some thoughts I wanted to share. I get they did this update to avoid exploiters or make quote-unquote the game easier for new players once the game goes free. However, I personally think this update makes it harder for them. When I first played the game in 2020, I had around $1,000 to $2,000. There was no tutorial, so I didn't know how to boost my moods up. Also, I had no game passes like I do now. How do you expect new players to pay $1,400 in hospital fees when they barely get any pay? Also, a lot of new players want to build these huge mansions and plots when they first join, not knowing that it costs almost $100,000 to build a single-family home in Bloxburg. Basically, what I'm saying is, new players will have a hard time making money now, which could potentially make them quit the game. I've seen it with Royale High, because everything is too expensive and the pay is extremely low. People, including myself, have stopped playing the game because it was too hard. Also, the fact that they claim that raising the pay would break the economy doesn't make sense to me. Perhaps because I am not a developer myself, however, I don't see the harm in raising the pay for the lower-paying jobs, as they should have done instead of equal pay. Now I wanted to talk about efficiency. I feel like the efficiency is doing the opposite of what it was meant to do. So efficiency is how fast you can complete a task, right? But I've noticed that when I work, the longer I drive or take to deliver pizzas, the more I get paid. Whereas if I deliver them faster, I get paid less. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is just one part of the update that I don't see why they added it. Now the fainting. They claim they added it because the mood system was an unused system. If the moods were irrelevant or if it was unused, then why not just remove it from the game entirely? Why add bills to the game? Like, there were many other ways to solve this issue. Also, backpack items do not really help with both the hygiene or the hunger moods. They only have items for the fun mood. You would need to buy food or a fridge for hunger and buy a shower for hygiene. So, the backpack items only help to boost your fun mood, just not everything else. Also, making these updates to accommodate the new players is essentially destroying the community overall. I have seen time and time again that the majority of people hate the update, while some people are okay with it. I personally don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I am very open-minded to hearing any perspectives and am just sharing what the overall community is saying through these videos. I believe they won't make any of the necessary changes that we as a community want. They hear us, but the developers believe they know what's best for us. We'll see how this goes. Who knows what the future holds? That being said, I do want to say that one positive thing about this new Bloxburg update is how my channel has grown because of it. Not to mention the funny roleplays with Creecroft and Ashley were so fun to do, and joining or reporting on their protests are very cool. I was really having fun with these protests and reporting on them, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the community for supporting, including you haters. Your comments helped boost me to the YouTube algorithm, and we're so close to hitting 1K subscribers because of it. So thank you. That being said, please comment your thoughts on the update and Bloxburg statement down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Rainbow out.